I yield back. Thank you.
Thank you. And the chair yields next to the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Roy.
Thank the chair. I thank the witnesses for being here. Ms. Scanlon, is Leah Thomas a man or a woman?
Leah Thomas is biologically male.
Did the University of Pennsylvania attempt to silence or censor you or any of your teammates when the news broke about a member of the swim team would be joining your female swim team?
We had already known at this point that Thomas would be joining our team, and the university advised us to seek counseling if we objected.
Did they try to silence you all in terms of voicing your opinions?
Yes, in fact, I wrote an opinion piece for the school newspaper that was quickly retracted because it was too offensive to be written and published.
Offensive that you were concerned about a biological male competing against you and undressing in a locker room with you and others, that would be, quote, offensive, end quote.
Yes.
What steps did the University of Pennsylvania take to platform Leah Thomas over you and your female teammates?
The University of Pennsylvania nominated Leah Thomas for NCAA Women of the Year. In fact, I found this to be very offensive because there are plenty of other female athletes at the University of Pennsylvania that are very strong and very worthy of that nomination.
Are you familiar with the International Swimming Federation?
Yes.
Do you consider it to be some bastion of right-wing conspiracy or somehow a conservative right-wing organization?
No.
Did the International Swimming Federation ban Leah Thomas from competing at the 2024 Paris Olympics?
Yes, the governing body of swimming put in laws to say that individuals that have gone through male puberty are not permitted to compete in women's competitions.
So, a question for you, Ms. Cole, and first of all, thank you for being here. I've heard some of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle use words like, this frightens me, this hearing. They're frightened by us having a hearing in which you are able to speak to the world about what you have gone through. And I've heard colleagues on the other side of the aisle say, life is worth it, in the context of pushing a particular worldview and saying life is worth it. I would just ask to say that I just want to make sure that you know, like from our standpoint, that your life is worth it, and that the people that have gone through this, that your lives are worth it. And I'd wondered if you'd like to comment on the worth of your life and the social pressures and the pressure placed on you to pursue a path that you now believe was not the correct path.
I think we're all on the same page here, that everybody's life and right to happiness is worthy. And that's what we're all fighting for, even if we don't necessarily agree on what that means. And if I may ask, would I be able to address another witness?
Through the chair, you may. So you may
Okay.
speak to me and reference any other testimony you wish to.
Okay. Well, Mrs. Reynolds.
And you can direct it to me and say that what Ms. Reynolds talked about you want to respond to, and you go ahead.
Well, I understood that Mrs. Reynolds is scared for her child. And I just want to set the record straight that I don't hate her. I don't think anybody in this room hates her. In fact, I see my own mother and my own father in her, and that she dearly loves her child. And she's doing the best with what she's been given. And unfortunately, it's not much. And for that, I'm sorry. I mean, I think every parent deserves the utmost grace and guidance with how to help their child. That being said, I don't wish for her child to have the same result as I did. I don't wish for anybody to regret transition or to detransition because it's incredibly difficult. It comes with its own difficulties, and it's not easy. And I hope that her child gets to have a happy and fulfilling adulthood, however that may look like.
Well, thank you for that, Ms. Cole. I think it was heartfelt, and I know that a number of us share your view. One last question as my time is winding down. Do you believe that the American healthcare system failed you?
On every single level.
Thank
My
you.
doctors and systemically.
Thank you for being here. I yield back.